Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Easter in advance. I hope that you guys are all doing well. And I can only apologize that I wasn't able to come live first thing this morning as I would have loved to do, but life happens. I can't say, a student, a student, you know, not time, sometimes I be near. So we'll just have to go with the flow and then see where we get to. Yɛdi nkɔmmɔ bebree na wɔtwe mu. From the start of the week, Sika Educates has all been about Ketsi for boys and girls. We've learned a host of things about how we're going to keep ourselves clean, neat, and tidy. Somebody would ask the question, why is this girl just banging on about all of these kinds of things? It's just a prelude to other discussions that we'll be having in the days and weeks coming up. I hear an awful lot of people complain about different reasons why they're living with a guy or a woman, or shall I say people that are in whatever relationships that they find themselves in, and complain about a host of reasons why things are not working out in their relationships the way that they should. And untino, mihune se issues ni bebre, you know, but so one kasana or if you can put your hand to your chest and say that you've given this relationship the best that you possibly can, you've been an active participant in every single sense of the word, you can walk away with your head held high, knowing that you gave it the best that you can. And some bebree no so a metie no has to also do with intimacy, behavior, and relationship. And this is why I talk about some of these things on this platform. I don't just say it just because I'm trying to upset anybody. No. Me candy see asem so say me bubo so free Monday, Tuesday, no abesi sa no. They are very important things that usua de ma ho a ebeboa. It will, liven things up for romantic relationship now. But even going back to the basics, one kasa as a human being, you need to keep yourself neat and tidy. People don't run away or shy away from you necessarily just because you look good. You feel good. One kasana ujina hon. You exude this confidence. Friend is saying there are no words that you can put to it because one kasa unim say we your basima. We a bema udimwa ujina hon. And it was here. Into your bien to me nyao basa biasa. And that is the point, and that is the place that I'm trying to get people to get to. Antivai Denie, how are you doing, my darling? Those of you who are very new to this space, our page way, so no, you probably don't know who the person that is the brain behind Sika Educates. You guys may probably not know who she is. This is me. But I would also extend that to say that I'm a very say it as it is kind of person. I know that I'm not to everybody's style, and I say everybody's way of wanting things to be said. But at the end of the day, no prayer back, there's only one truth. And you can only, speak the truth as it is and get all of us to really understand what we're talking about here. None of us are children. A lot of you are either similar ages to me or older. And so, what to send me? What is it that we should be trying to sugarcoat and trying to hide? And as I said, no person counsel. Papa. Auntie Abesie. Kataso muamuaso no ebi nni saa fidie we so because the brain behind it onye saa kataso muamuaso fo ani bia. You've just got to say it as it is. Own your truth. Asem no se na etie no kan saa na wahu se what tochima wo baby nso so a no wasiesie no wahu kwan abefa so a you can right the wrongs in your life. And so this page is all about empowering, educating, and getting us all to learn valuable lessons. I greet you, I salute you, I say that you're welcome to Sika Educates. Please, please, please follow this page and subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. So from the start of the week, we were talking about courtesy for men and women, and we specifically went into personal hygiene, dental hygiene, hygiene in your mouth. Auntie, welcome. Auntie says, Sika, it bugs me to no end. I am happy that the people like my very own Auntie Afoda, Auntie Vida, and other people as well that can really understand why I talk about some of these things. A young Kofubi said, these are common things that everybody should know. This is common sense thing. Common sense and common, sir. Things that you and I may think say are common when you be an because as you may fear your titi will be our womb and what people have been exposed to. So we've talked about dental hygiene extensively. Auntie Afoda has been here the whole weekend giving people tips about what to do to help improve your oral hygiene. It is a video no here. That video was there from Tuesday. Go back to Sika Educate from 2 days ago, which I believe would be the 29th or 30th of March. Not see a video, no, and then follow the sequence too, so that you get everything that we talked about. We've talked about the ear, the back of your ear, and how to clean it and all of that. Auntie Ya was very prescriptive about all the things that we can do to help in that regard. Then we started climbing downwards and we looked at we women, the bottom part of our boobs. Because, when you're young and you're a teenager, everything is pointing this way and everything seems to be, you can reach, beneath the boobs. But as you keep growing older, no, you see no for no. And for no baby, no, nanny seems to no be home. No, be our between ya at the end and you say, you now started herself. Natural progression of life. It's enough for any tigua. It's a one kasawodi on samasu. Now clean the bottom part of your boobs because anywhere that there are folds and covers and flaps and stuff, there's a lot of dirt that accumulates there. It gets so hot. It seems sister. Then you get all kinds of rashes and bacteria that is able to form on the skin. We have healthy bacteria that all of us have in your mouth, in your, down below, your private parts and all of that. And that is natural bacteria. And that is when the pH levels in those, moist and wet areas of our bodies, everything is in equilibrium. But if then it begins to give off offensive smells. And that is what we're trying to avoid here. My big sisters here. I love all these people when they see them on the page. It just excites me, takes me to another level. I love you guys. Mwah, 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 mwah. Big sis is saying, my namesake, Ekuya for Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Nti no ye kan ye no fu ase nso ho asem fofo no ye kan ho asem abesi ye ama me kan ye mpo say when people have tiny breasts they don't appreciate these things but with the no so to say me die and bigger no you have to take care of sa de no nti sa na nsan bia begugu ho na rashes bia ye ho tan is not if you want to really hold me to it, now nim so your breasting na se me makuye ya upa manufo na se na fa on safa ho ne hu ahwe na hwe se ni sitie and we need to do these things just so that we ourselves are taking good care of ourselves. I know that when I started this thing, when I started talking, I talked about how keeping yourself clean is going to help enhance your relationships and give you a lot more fun with the person that you're seeing. But if I take the things back to fundamentals, the truth of the matter is that as an individual, one kasa na ohon, one kasa sister Ekuyamandi, one kasa sister Vida, anti yafoda, Ekuya Sikame Tihame no kasa ino. We as individuals need to love ourselves enough to do the needful for yan kasa yehu. You need to do things that are right, not to please anybody. You say but one kasa. And these are some of the things that we think that that's how deal with the say and collaborate niema. There be and young collaborate asem. Because if you're not doing that, you're driving people away from you. And na wankasa kope man cave bi na kohyem na ye bomone no wo hono. But if you really want to live in a society, in a community with other people, and be active and be participating, I was our community no more. As I said, you have to be clean. Spiritus for no. Every holy book that I know talks about godliness and cleanliness. You can't have one without the other. Auntie Marian say, most of us don't know that too. That is the truth. So enti esese ye nyina no yesua ne ehunu ne se enye se ye di ehuni se ne be ya ye kunu bedo ye mo enye no nko awo, but one kasa na wo horo, you yourself. You have to be clean. You have to be tidy for your own self, for your own, your friend is saying, confidence and self-respect for yourself. And so now why extend this idea at the next person now or ben one. Again, I'm saying some of these things also because yeah, parents say, 30s, 40s, 20s, near this some of you have children, a lot of you have children, some of you have young babies, but some of you have kids that are not toddlers, but they're getting there. From toddler, no, they call adolescence. And adolescence is when a lot of these body changes begin to happen. It's like building a house. Maybe, I have a background in that kind of thing. So those are some of the examples I'll use. Who per se will see dying? Now per se a dying general. If you're going to build a structure and you want that structure to survive and be able to withstand anything, it stems from having a good foundation. It is a one-two foundation, how deep it needs to be, the number of a friend is saying cement blocks and the right support. So your friend is saying metals concrete. If you don't do the right thing, no one find enough beams and columns and fan baby the building fails. Why? Because foundation in it. In the exact same way, as parents, as people that are grooming adults, if we want to have responsible adults, and yes, some colano yet totofe no yet chira womu. As a sister, say lemon, you have to cut it in half and you need to, rub it under your arms and everywhere that you have folds. Na mani now kakra nefe koko dry. Smell these are fundamental things that a lot of people think, oh, now we should do what they will kind of thing, but here I see a discount way. Until you have for that, do it for yourself. Take pride in yourself. You are a package. You are presenting yourself to the world. How are you presenting yourself to the world? Exactly. God didn't just bring you here just for the sake of bringing. No, there is a plan and a purpose for life. There is a destiny that must be fulfilled right here on earth. And then I package Obabe deliver. Into what kind of package are you delivering? Who deliver bombonious package? And I say, who deliver package a sumbu? When people actually just look at you, and from they know the kind of person that they're listening to, referring to, or hearing about. Inti sister, I'm asking you, what kind of a person do you want to be? How do you want people to talk about you or describe you? Saa nneɛma no nyinaa no, ɛho hia. Enti yɛkaa yɛnufo ase for man wie no, we talked also about armpit. Armpit hɔ no, because ɛhɔ nso ɛho hia paa, and that is one of the other main places and hɔ everybody gets to know about you. Do you want to be the sort of person that goes into a room and then everybody is either looking away, holding their nose, or looking for the next possible exit to get out of the room? And even when there's a whole crowd in a place, enipa baako pa obeba bebwera hɔ no, wobɛka se yɛyɛ mmɔmɔne ne kobi ɛne adwene combine ɛnkwan ɛwɔ dem hɔ no mu. Do you want to be that kind of a person? Or do you want to be that person that comes into a room or into a place exuding that self-confidence and self-respect for yourself? And it doesn't matter what you have to say. It doesn't matter a multi-billion-dollar asemuaoka. Nobody will take you seriously if the package doesn't look and smell good. A 50 billion, 100 billion, 1 trillion asemkra na obeka. That's a sense people are not going to be prepared to want to hear anything that you've got to say. And so cleanliness, it can't be overemphasized. So we talked about all of that. Now, yesterday, it came across to some of the people that were watching that Sika was being a bit harsh in the way that I was talking. But it was just because I'm just very passionate about some of these issues. And I see a lot of people that are not taken seriously just because of some of the little things that they fail at, including how you look, how you're dressed, and how you smell. And so I hit hard on the guys yesterday talking about personal hygiene, not just from the top and the armpits, but even down below. Talking about people not changing their boxer shorts and wearing one boxers for 1 week. I mean, I just don't know what is wrong with you. All that sweat, all those extra drops of urine, boxers, and you're wearing the same thing for 1 week. Obviously, you are not very well, and you probably need to get medical help. So we talked about all of that. We tried to touch on what we women can also do to keep ourselves clean down below. But unfortunately, no, and I'm a class of time soon, yeah, and the queer sika had to go. I want to really wrap that up today. And I'm just going to finish off with Yenya Mano and Yema SSA Yen so near the Yesterday, we touched on, how to keep ourselves clean during our menses, when we have our menstruation, when you buy and sa, send ye bedi ye huni at the afa. Obi ohonumua, wo webu unsano. Sa 5 days or 3 days or 1 week, whatever period it happens to be for you. Some women bathe once a day. Ebi mukra ohwa. And I say a pad no my sister. I've changed my pad. So what am I me dry day? I just can't understand how any sane human being can be able to survive and be about. Yeah, adie we yo na unyare at least in plenu ewa abraboni. I mean, as a woman who has also had my period before and know how it feels, me person will be akra beba me ho. Time bia mesesa me ho bia no me pentem to get to a place I met me adware na mahohoro me ho nyina because me ho hia me. I feel very uncomfortable because me nim say sa period no e ya de abon pa so wan hwe wo ho yie no ani wo ho ni a it smells like hell. Any kind of blood so wo call my anka mo amutumatena Kumasi pen when you go to the butchers abattoir na ewo mayanka no wokɔ hɔ ne yeku odwan anase yeku ye friend sen cow bi e de ato hɔ ne yetwitwa nam no. When that blood dries up and the sun hits it, it has this offensive smell. And mayanka hɔ no sa pampan ni gina hɔ because it is an ongoing regular thing. I see. And so if animals smell like that, how much more wool? And there's fresh moja a etu na wunni huni. I know a lot of people are going to think that, oh, how she turned on the camera and she's being absolutely yucky and disgusting. But sometimes some of these things had to be said this way. Into yourself. You ask yourself, am I actually looking after myself? Am I being clean enough? Am I neat? No one start here bisa wo ho questions ni bi. Once again, auntie ya or ha was saying, wobetumi de vinegar kan warm water ho na ade ahohoro ho e de asamfuru ho nyina ebeyi nka ne nyina de afiri wo ho. Enra na sister Santo anso wa ha. She also talked about cloves, pepper. Esa wo de hye na ma pepper ne ti ne mu a wobetumi anom. Some people drink it and that's how they cleanse themselves and remove that odor. But even if you want to go the extra mile, you can drink it and then you can put some on so e de agu nsuo na wo di dware ni mu. Na de ahohoro ho nyina and it gets rid of all those offensive things. A man ka eba wo ho. Lemon and lime, dear, it is non-negotiable because me right from the age of 4 or 5 years, my grandmom had already introduced me to that thing. It is a must-have. You can't do without it. You have to have lemon. And for me, it even extends to cooking. Me noa chicken, me ye beef, me ye fish kra tilapia kra na me yi enema ni nyina skills no ne ni tinimu ne saa de ni nyina free ho a ejise me de lemon na twitwi mu nyina to get all those offensive things out of it, and it gives it a really nice smell at the end of it. In kane nyanyan ni nyina e free ho. Now, one kasana we nipano, you yourself as an individual, each and every single one of us has a peculiar smell. We all do. As long as you're a living thing, you have a smell. Uwu kra de enye ya semfufo. Inti sa smell no, that odor that each and every human being has, that is, specific to you as an individual. No. As a smell no, keeping in check. Now show whoso ye ukomu no say obi na say you have a lot of weight around your head and as a ukon ni honwa those folds and flaps ni mu nyina so one hukuro ho a eho kra itimi bon. And so going back to women, we talked about how to keep yourself clean during your menses. Another thing too is that whether we like it or not, we have pubic hair. Whether you want to accept it or not, it is the truth. Once you go through those body changes, now do adolescence, enwi fufu hu baby and start to say fu no fu and you're under your arms and especially with genitals, and this happens for both men and women. Said they need to get rid of those hairs. And to me personally, and this is my personal preference, because I had a lot of people asking me, oh, but do I have to get rid of all those hairs that are down below? Sister or brother, it's up to you. If you want to keep bushy, and I say, bushy no fine, but you have to make sure says how bushy no, where this bushy no honey. For me personally, I don't know how I'm going to be able to deal with bushy when I have issues. One kasa would send me. Now so we hippie now muye dua. Echiresa wo nantemune utoto no ho no. E kwan kese bi anhye dan na ho. Enti sa fold na ehya wasere ene utoto ne lip no ho ni nyina no. You need to make sure that you're cleaning those places properly, because enframent me nro ho. If you wear knickers all the time, we share panties the time we are. Enframan to me cause our folds anymore. And if you have to add extra hair to sadi and now mahoni na ye bushy no. And your nurse sa what tenase. Now pemle we did 2 hours de bia edisiesi ho. And yes anka ebeba ho. Some people have hairs that are like the length of my finger growing down there. I mean, minim nya wodi ye sister. Minim say all the bebo rasta and answer what the bear dreadlocks are and they mean to mean. But for me personally, I just don't see what's the purpose of those hairs are for. Keep it there now day. Ube down cut and answer will be trying to punk. And answer will be back bow and answer front. Just say I just don't understand. Hey, Sister Joe, Donnie, I didn't even see you here. How are you, my darling? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gina, it's saying, Sister Gina, say bohobium. Me bohobium. Minia ba. If you haven't heard what I've said, that's it, permit. Aye. Wuntimi kwa mfa chemicals, permit chemicals. Wuntimi mfa mfa ho. Nti, what are you keeping those hairs for? What are you doing with the hairs? Is it some ritual, some kind of idea? Just say, I don't understand that. Nti no, enwi ne fufu wo ho no mu sister. Pereza bi na fa yi free ho. Per scissors bi na fa twitwa so. Se ne be ya emu beda ho yam watimi ahohoro mu. Toto n'anim ne lips no ho nyinaa no wo manwi no fufu a na ye tintintin then it becomes interwoven to say ne awobo cornrow no eti cornrow no afi na wodi wo nsa ebebiebie ho no watimi atwitwi ho no mu yi ana se wo de ye den Sister Ajo Odosi, some are keeping to braid small. I mean, I just can't understand what you want to use those hairs for. Obibeka saying, but my boyfriend likes it bushy, really. But o boyfriend ni penny bushy, o boyfriend. So one who yi. Na so obi bushy ni mu obe bia ade no so no ade a kire ni mfama bi behu fa nani so anaye te say kwawu hye dem no. Are you serious, your boyfriend? These are questions you need to ask yourself. And we are all very different. Utimi kipi bushino. Na betimi enyamre e de semina hohuru nwi ni nyina mu a shampoo na ye ne dry anything blow drying ne rollers ne ho nkro ne ba dia. Fair enough. But me kuya pa die. Minis our time no. 1 2 it is easier to clean. It is easier, say, ubetimi di anketwade no afefa folds ni mu nyinaa wo ho no mo. Na wayi nka ne nyinaa e de afiri ho. Eye easy say o de vinegar nsuo no befefa mu na scent ne nyinaa afiri mu. Eye easy say o de pepper nsuo no ebeye na afiri ho no. Na wayi saa enyankamade ne nyanyansam ne bonbon shots ne nyinaa e de afiri ho no and make it a very palatable and enjoyable experience for nipa within the ti ekwa akoshe ho. Enti minia ba wotie mi. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Ahusiesie ni ahuni. People think that, oh, I can wear all this $2,000 dress and $5,000 a friend is saying nail extensions and your friend is saying hair extensions ni wig ni ho nkro ne ba. But you cannot ever mask who by I don't care how much you spend on cosmetics and dresses and things to beautify yourself. I have a lot more regard for obi anatade ne to atete. Nanso no wadi ne ho ni a nka bia ni ne ho than somebody who has it all but has offensive body odor issues. Ekoso woni. Minia, sometimes you also need to pay attention to the sorts of foods that you're eating. So we are sure you are keeping yourself neat and tidy for the most part. You're cleaning yourself well with all these things that we've talked about over the last 3 days. Now says still, then there is some health related issue going on that needs to be addressed. Now I've told you that there is this illness called halitosis, which is a man can bank or phobia. So still they have issues with smells. But even with them, what kind of literature the medics still say that you have to practice personal hygiene to the highest degree. Because so then nothing's gonna happen. So it just means that no matter what the issues are, you have to keep yourself clean. You have to keep yourself neat and tidy. And the reason why I'm talking about totalistic. Sister Aisha, I love you so much. Aye, totalistic. So you need to look after yourself. You need to, as oba, yakasa oba sima, oba wodimwa. Oba wodini huni in every sense of the word. It is a total anyame di ama no wuntimi nhwe so ya. Sister, why are you surprised that bema bia ba ho a wone ne nantia na sefe ekokoso kete no so a oba ho once pe osore na okwa a wo frɛ na no a blocking the number wo frɛ na osemaye busy wo frɛ na wo de akire na the phone na to so. Go back into yourself. Nebi sa ho say eye den na papa na me ne bibia ye kama na afi wade ne ho be ka me ba akopɛwie ye me ka so woni nto asokra wo so wonyo wadwane agya me. Is this something that I have done? Edien na wo me ho a nti papa yi wo ye sa. Eno ye na number 1 question. Number 2, some of you women want to have guys that will go down on you. Bema obeye ntafrimu na waye na chese bibia koyi ama wase ho as part of mo bed matters issues no but ukase nipa no should go down on you. I will say that wanye. Some of the reasons may be say nka bi wo ho uyi upioto no nka bi wo ho ya wompe. Nti if you can smell it from up here wono na emfa ne tin kwahye ho dabi enti na ne enya maso enya maso nso so a won nso so atinka bi anka won nso so nka obenya de ate wo to so no won nso wonya. And this is where the issues lie. And that is why I am saying say cleanliness is cannot be overemphasized. Auntie Adjo Odosi, many people are not kind to their bodies because they lack many coping skills and refuse to learn anything new. Enyamina me kan Sister Adjo Odomensa, wonwa ne kan enyamina me kan. And when some of us have the boldness and the confidence to talk about some of these things, but the truth of the matter, Sister Aisha Sitafri Bomski, Anu Bomski pa serious. Ebi wo hono mu a, jisa wo de wanu akoho, wanu nkoye anu, ne ho mu ansore. But wo pe Anu Bomski, na se wontimi nim ho ni a Anu Bomski ne ntafri mu Bomski ni nyina abebo because enkoye sent na gye baabi a enkoye Jonso se o ma Jonso etena wo ho cha wan kasa hwese ne ne pampan ne sitie. It stinks like hell. Na fe wasan bu nsa na eno nso so wonni ho ni na won hwe so ye na eno nso abeka Jonso ne ho na chese na confusion na yebasa. And America no nso say oba bia nso there is a natural nkan bi a ewo ye ho. Toto no kra no it has a natural smell bi a ewo ho. Enti se toto na bon dada ewo bonbon shots te se nia ko bi bon ye bi se sa de no wo ho because that is how it is. Na se wo de Jonso kakra anti rose kakra ni nyina pampan no kofra won so san wo choice se wo san pa no Bomski do aka ho assist. How is that going to happen? Have mercy on Obi Babema. Enyamina me kan Osofo kum chacha was see we heaven free wa ntafrimu ye second heaven. Enyamina me kan wono ene wo kan ma mete. It is asem ne ye no kre. Mo amope ntafrimu no you guys will confess na ade ne ye wo da ene sister SSA udi uhuni. You have to keep yourself neat and tidy. Say ne be ya Anu Bomski ne ntafrimu no ebetimi akoso wo ho no. That is the only way to guarantee Anu Bomski ne ntafrimu. Enkoye. Sister Adjo Odosi, you are right, my sister. Body and genital odor, bad oral hygiene are complete turns off. You see? Enyamina me kan yo. Auntie ya for that see ya kata niema so ache dodo. No kre o. No kre auntie ya. And that is why I love Auntie Ya so much. Because, you know, at least she's able to own the truth. Obeka no kure sa asem no, e say netie, enti yenka no kure no. Me ana me aunt no. Enti se me nka ne Auntie Ya has no qualms telling me say kwe sika kan anu tum. But the fact that Auntie Ya is here, yeah, we support ya asem a me kan, e kire se wonim se asem na me kan ye no kure. Me ntimi nitro emfa nkyerɛ. Sister Ajo Odosi, equal to knockout, my dear. Sister Oba Paya for that. You know, I mean, if you guys want to have fun, woo pesa okofo obi bema. Wono woni baby a ton ko obi ni momoni o. E wo market. Ukodwa bia mu abomani ne ko obi wo ho. Wono woni baby a ton ko obi ni momoni. Wo pa adwene a woni baby a obekwa akonya bi. Waba ne kete so a wo ba abeda no. E ho nso ye san be hye no momoni wo ho. Aden. Miniaba, why? Miniabema, ade. She, you sweet you is sweet me. Mu pese mo ya ade no na mu nyina mu nya mu anigye na mu nya mu asetena pane mu nyina e kom square no a. Edi kan ni nyina ye se cleanliness. E ma bi ohono mu a, enam se mu nim hu ni. Na pH na nkasa anya da anya papa no. Be ma ne ba ho no ne we ye bio mu a. Na afi atu se with the afin and no more tintinti edi dwi ho because ade na nkasa nya balance that no asan ko introducing new ade bia ma beka ho nti na ade ni nkoyi emma bi oho no mukra ye nya mfa ye ho nka mukra no with the all kinds of enema edi twitwi ho di scratch ho because enkoyi but if you keep yourself clean we yan Auntie Ya kan yi wan kasa okope vinegar bi de kansu hie bi ho na ma ne ye moto eye warm kakra ho ne ho eno anye hye eno anye nwunu no na de wo de fifa ho no mu na de twitwi ho no mu na pe lemon ne lime na de ye wo pepepre a ya hye ne nsuo ase wo hye bitters no but ye nsuo ne pepre na ma ne gina ho ma de ye na pepre ne tine mu yi wonum bi na de bi ya wan kasa beba be kanfo ebeyi yi sa slime ne sa nyoma na ensese wo ho ni nyina e de afiri ho me na nakra de wo sanso ka kire me se sa pepre nsuo no mo a mo pese ade no echi you know wo pese ho chi yi se ne be ya ye de be kan wa wan kasa wo be feel ni yi enso so a wo ye ne sa it helps pepre no na niam a etimi ye ne bi no Bra Steven ejina ha wo nyame na me kan ye wo see has to be well cleaned. Enti wunim se wo ya adubomski fo ani bia sister you have to keep yourself clean. Misrel men fasa friends and bonbon shots no emma metu obi ba ebasin o because woman nanum ye say no odi jan ho a obi ampe biem. Sa bonbon shots ni bi wo ho a it is able to uproot ese ewo wanu enimu die bi scent no nko atimi tu nkrofo sen won so so a won ni hu ni a wo pe see ya wan bomski I want you to go down on me I want you to go down on me. How are you keeping yourself clean? What am I going down on? Maka kire se me pe ibomoni eni nwi enwi arewa ase ho ana sister bra mama ye I want you to na me pese I want you to suck it I want you to this na enwi puha ehonso bon ayese momoni ayese ko obi no a I don't really understand how you think you can have what you want when you are not prepared to keep yourself clean. Enti se o pese mpaso agudie no koyie ma o pese o have excitement no o pese ecstasy level no e cut to the highest point ma wa sister di hu ni why bra enwi na o de ahye hwe ahone eyi na se wo de kobuso mu se wo de ko hin yi ni nyina free ho why it's time to buy shaving stick. Invest in a shaving stick. Neja won samore na wagina ne tintintin no a with the twitwi ho dwi ho sene e friend ne se adwie ana se nwie ba ehye ho no. Another thing that I forgot to talk about, and I'm just going to talk about this briefly as I wrap up, and it's yeah man ni nyina no Saa yen samore tintintin na ya na yegyina fin be hihye mu nyina no, it is so bad. So bad. Ubehu bema na ne fingernail kitikiti ye hye we gyina ne be say 1 inch. No what dey? What are you using that thing for? And the worst part of the whole thing is say ubehwe more ni mu no gap na ehye baby a skin no wo no ene baby a abro nail no so nsa no so no akohye ni nyina na ho nyina ye black. Na ye line across asie nail na asie ni nyina. Wuwie nso a na de akohye oba bi totom. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Emma no nso so asese kra de wa onim se wo nails ye short kra untimi nkipi ni clean enuane hyehyem. Fufuo na wodi ne 3 months ago no wa chebi na okoto Mami Amina ho some time back wodi ye no ebi kohyehyɛ wo nails na se. Ho ni nyina wonyi mfiri ho. Wuwie ye nso so no wa ye efre ne sen wa anya manicure na afi wodi efre sen nail polish shellac wodi ayeso na aye tintintin but wo skin na chire ho no be a nail na bro so no that gap in between no ko bi na wodi bo ampesie 3 weeks ago na hye ho wa chebi na akọ memu na hokoto ye no idede fufuo na adi ne nansa no eno nso bomo ni nyina akohye ho kontomre pieces nyina hye ho ugina amore na ni nyina hye ho ni nyina accumulate as a fin ene hye ho uwie nso a eja wodi shellac akata so nti ye o se wa woni wa afa ye bekọ akoyi shellac ibewie no na nail no pro unsa ni nyina de no bacteria na ehye ho nyina start real unsa no ne omore ni nyina na fe aye tum bi tantantan bi na ewo ho. You know, you just can't polish on dirt. You can't. So POD no and work wo baby out. It doesn't work. The only real thing that you can do as a human being and it's obedi uhuni. Unim se more no untimi keeping a longer bra twaso ai sister cut your nails because sa no na ubehia wodi betwitwi ho na ade ahohoro say ha say yi baby a wo skin ne wo front no the inner part of your fingers no sa wo palm no eno na ade be hohoro ho yi sister fo bi wo ho a ye kasa ko hohoro ase anu anse wabu nsuo na gu cup mu no odi nsuo na gugu ho a kasa odi gu ho a na chese enu anu. I mean, some of these things sound basic to a lot of people, but the truth is that a lot of us just don't have the skills to keep ourselves clean. I mean, me see POD ni on somewhere na wagina na nya no na eba be secure say ubenya bema wo ho anase bema be kan ho anase he will come to stay. No, before you think about adding those extra enhancers to yourself, one kasa naturally now wo ho no. It doesn't cost a lot to do those things. Vinegar ne boy say anke twade ne boy say pepper wo pepper 5 cedis kura ubenya biato. Enti sister, you have absolutely no excuse. Also papa wonam ho toothpaste any toothbrush enye na shaving stick shaving stick dey say enye na shaving stick enye na. Enti abusua ne srem as I conclude this thing about hygiene and cleanliness, mumie ni ye huni, ni enyi nkano ne bonbon shots ni nyina mfiri ye ho, se ne ebe ya ntafri mu ni betimi akoso na wani agye na ho esane wo mesrem. Na munyai private message na mo send me and my boyfriend say he doesn't love me anymore. We bisa ho se den pa na nti a won pe obi. Edi enti na aso won fa na no nkose ye ho na wo se wonye. We bisa ho. Private messages, enso ho look after yourself well. Do the needful for your own self, as Auntie Yafoda said. Ne di uhuni. Na godliness, eye cleanliness na ben no. Udi uhuni a weni so onyankopon ani so as a human being. Because wo pesa o kire ne se wo buo ni die. E de man se onyankopon. Na wo som no kreso. And to keep yourself clean. I am begging you, Miss Zrel, and Idiemua. Now, why would you start to yen ye may ya nyina ya keken bi? na hwɛ sɛ wo ho kani na ne hedem ho no so one man me kamfo nkyerɛ wo sɛ sister difference is clear level don't change bra koyi nyi ni nyina free ho na fa shaving stick ni shave ni nyina free ho na hohuru ho nyina fa nketwade twitwi wo ho shuwa no ho ne ɛhɔ ni nyina yie na wan kasa bra na be kamfo kyerɛ me sɛ we nipa na ne wo ho no see level don't change we hu sɛ bibia asesa aye de bonbon shows yempe bi e ma ne si abre e mema ne nso si toto na mu nkoyi aye ntimi nya ntafiri mu no day to they don't want anymore se say nyina ye cost strike yempe bi enti sister di hu ni na wo sombu ma onyankopon ene wankasa wo ho papa wo nso di hu ni na o boxes no sesa no why wo hye na no pa anwumre wo bedware bi mu a yito ho na pefoforo na ma no nso ho a tekrema no nso sɛnea me nua ba pani Aisha wo ka na tekrema no nso ho hia nnuane no kɔtaataa so bebree no a ko bi nkwan adwene nkwan impusio ho ahwani hohuru ni nyina na mmesen na mo wanum no enye kama emfama nti abusua aha ena me de nne nkomodie no nso besie me si ye ni ye ho ni o tom echena na me homoa no sore na me free se di hu ni no still amuntie nwie ya ye beka ni nyina anti ya for that say I am cutting my nail short unim se fin hihemu a no watwa me de akora de ebim kora ntua so kora na yasem. That is how I want to keep my, because me mpese debt na hihye ho no me de kokko hohoro ho a na bia akọ mistake na bia akọ pare ho na akọ no debi me di me ho ni yi se ne ve ya ntafiri mu no nso koso a na bibia da ba bi esese da abusuya mekra mo ne but wochena ye besan to asanko me di sanko mo ya akosi se me hu change na me hu se private messages na nkofo send me ka and he doesn't want me anymore no ni nyina ejai mo mama sonko adidi I'm tired of dealing with those issues. Clean yourself right and your boyfriend will love you and your husband will want you or ba won so hu ye be ma won so shave hu ye na yi bonbon shots ni free ho ntafiri mu ni nyina nkosi ba bia sese ekokosi nti abusuya makramu nyina I love you with the love of the Lord and I hope say Easter weekend nyina o de nyama kan nyina ebe yesu ehunu ama ho wa fa bi na dia aye ho aduru onyankopon wonhyira ye nyina bebre. God bless you. I love you. Bye bye.
Sika educate, ya wo Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, ya kasafa abomde awari ani mpuntu. Sika educate, odon komo, rana yenya ya huwa duro. Sika educate, unyane baby aje. Sika educate, eti like the page, you know na yem vibe. Bamodenko YouTube ho, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man source and the camp. Inspiration, motivation. Wapomodern education. Wafranada, when it's here, or don't come or ekusika deba. Wafranada, Bema Jai, or don't come or ekusika deba. Sika educate, ya wo Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, ya kasafa abomde awari ani mpuntu. Sika educate.